Well, the ongoing tariff-fueled trade war has prompted China to return brand new Boeing 737 MAX jets, a move that shows the escalating economic tensions between China and the US. The Boeing jet, which was reportedly intended for Xiamen Airlines in China, landed back at the company's manufacturing hub in Seattle on Sunday. And then on Monday, a second jet reportedly returned from China. The Boeing jet has become a casualty in this tit-for-tat tariff war started by the US President Donald Trump. The 737 MAX in question was painted in the livery of Xiamen Airlines and was one of several 737 MAX jets, which are Boeing's best-selling model that had been waiting at Boeing's Sushan Completion Center for final preparations and also delivery to China. Remember, earlier this month, Trump raised baseline tariffs on Chinese imports to 145%. In response, China imposed a 120% tariff on US goods. Now, for a Chinese airline taking delivery of a Boeing jet, the tariffs could majorly impact costs, especially when it is the new 737 MAX and has a market value of around $55 million. This is according to IBA, which is an aviation consultancy. Reports indicate that Beijing is exploring ways to support airlines that lease Boeing jets, and they are now facing heightened expenses. Just last week, it was reported that the Chinese government had asked local airlines to pause their purchases of aircraft-related equipment and parts from American companies like Boeing. What's interesting is that China represents about 20% of the anticipated global demand for aircraft. Over the next 2 decades, as of the end of March, Boeing's order book reportedly included planes scheduled for delivery to Chinese companies, both commercial airlines and leasing firms. Now, it is unclear which party decided for the aircraft to return to the US. And neither Boeing nor Xiamen Airlines have commented on it yet. Just hours before Trump announced his so-called Liberation Day tariffs, Boeing CEO Kelly Ortberg had testified before US Senate hearing that the company sold about 80% of its planes globally and aimed to avoid a scenario in which certain markets become closed to us. At that time, Ortberg also mentioned that there was approximately $500 billion in backlog orders. And now, here's what reports are suggesting. The confusion surrounding the changing tariffs could leave many aircraft deliveries in limbo. Some airline CEOs have reportedly indicated that they would prefer to defer receiving planes rather than incur the increased duties. Well, amid the trade tensions between the US and China, Beijing on Monday issued a warning to other countries against limiting trade with China in order to gain relief from American tariffs. Well, the Chinese government has vowed to retaliate against those who side with the US. Responding to foreign media reports suggesting that Trump's administration was pressuring other countries to restrict their trade with China as a negotiating tactic. The Chinese Ministry of Commerce said, and I quote, "Appeasement will not bring peace and compromise will not earn respect. Seeking so-called exemptions by harming the interests of others for one's own selfish and short-sighted gains is like negotiating with a tiger for its skin in the end. It will only lead to a lose-lose situation." While the Trump administration has not officially confirmed any such plans, Trump has indicated that he is open to the idea. What's interesting is that before the latest tariff escalation, the US was the largest single country market for Chinese goods.